It's early in this 2015 and 16 basketball season. It's a proving time, whether you're a reigning conference champion or a team trying to rise in the ACC. It's the ACC on ESPN. We're at the Well in downtown Greenville, South Carolina. Tonight, a battle of Tigers, the defending SWAC champion Texas Southern, in to take on Clemson. Hi, everybody, and welcome aboard with Nate Ross, Pete Hannity with you. A Tiger team trying to get to 3-0 on the seaseason. Texas Southern comes in at 0-2, but they present an athletic challenge this evening.
Yeah, Clemson's not going to see a team this size in their league, but they got to get ready for teams like this very quick. They want to climb in the ACC. Texas Southern, with a whole different cast of characters, wants to repeat as SWAC champ.
Now let's focus on a couple of the key players in the ball game. Clemson getting great production so far out of Dante Grantham, a sophomore who they thought would step up.
Well, Dante Grantham's been an exceptional player for Coach Brownell early this season. He does it from everywhere, but he does it very effectively so far. He's shooting 63% from the field, but 62% from behind that three-point line. A great asset for the Clemson Tigers to have somebody score from deep.
Texas Southern's top player is Malcolm Riley. Now, he's a guy listed as a forward, but his coach, Mike Davis, says he really is more of a guard.
Yeah, big kid to be a guard, but he's been very consistent this year. 20 and 18 in his first two games, and more importantly, he's shooting 63% from three land. So the three ball might be a big factor tonight. It's going to be a great basketball game.
Tigers hope to do the same tonight. Obviously, the Clemson Tigers, that is. Little runner by Thomas No, a little putback try, and a nice push up and in by Jose Rodriguez, effective inside at 6'7", 215, their biggest starter. Sophomore out of Shelby, North Carolina. He was a great All-America. Blossomgame looked his way and said goes to the hole. The follow, the big hands of Sidi Jete, well above the basket for that one. Grantham, a tough matchup on the wing. They obviously are concerned that he'll load it up from three, as he has liked to do. Noko back in there with that early foul. Grantham for three, and on cue, the sophomore out of Martinsburg, West Virginia, draining his first tray of the ball game. He comes in 62%. He's 6'8". Tigers have their first lead of the ball game. Bynum thought about it. Clemson staying in the zone, but not necessarily getting out on the wings, almost daring Texas Southern to shoot with just 7 on the shot clock. This one's going to go for blanks from three. Back in Greenville, 33-31, Texas Southern on top of Clemson. Pete Hannity, Nate Ross, and let's face it, pretty good first half we've just seen. Texas Southern, they know how to compete. And again, we said last year outside of their conference, the SWAC, they beat Michigan State, they beat Kansas State. Those were obviously away from home, and then they went and won their league for a second straight year.
Away from home is what they do, especially in the beginning of the season before they get into conference play. They played very effectively, they played very confidently, and they used what they do best. We knew they'd be outside. They used their quicks, and they used it very well.
Well, this is the time of the year when everyone's playing outside of the league, of course. Some other action going on involving ACC teams. You've got some holiday or mid-November tournaments already in action, like Mississippi State and Miami. And boy, the Hurricanes, look at that. They had the O going. Georgia Tech playing Green Bay out of the horizon. Boston College against one of the few Blue Devils in college hoops not named Duke, as they're up big on Central Connecticut. And indeed, that's what the scoreboard will look like when Virginia tips it off against Bradley at 9:30 tonight.
See Virginia come back. They lost at GW, a very tough place to play against Mike Lonergan's very good basketball team. We'll see how they bounce back after that one.
Yeah, they went on the road early in the season for an RPI grab. You see a lot of major teams playing outside of the Power 5 at this time of the year, so that when it's resume review time come March, win on the road will pay off. A loss, though, like that could really hurt Virginia. We come back, we're going to review this opening half, a tight game between these two Tigers, Texas Southern and Clemson, as the Tigers of Clemson trying to get to a 3-0 start in the season. Texas Southern looking for its first win of the campaign. Now he's running the show. Sidi Jete just back in there on the friendly roll over the front of the rim. Holmes, the cutter, Jete, and he finishes nicely. Mike Davis sees that this thing is beginning to unravel. Mike Davis said that he really didn't know how big Greenville, South Carolina was until he got here. Well, he's also saying the Clemson Tigers could be a force in the ACC. especially when they use their bigs like City Jete. And the Tigers have built an 8-point advantage on their home court away from home.
Great athleticism.
Blossom Game spin, finish, and the foul. 28 points in the paint for the Tigers on the night. And Jerron Blossom Game building on his double-figure effort up there. DeVoe the slash, the pass and the jam for City Jete. Nice find, Gabe DeVoe and City Jete in double figures scoring off the bench. 17 points now for Blossom Game. Tigers now just kind of biding their time. Here's a steal by Roper. Has numbers by himself. No, the feed and the finish, big time. The guy they call J-Ro Blossom Game with the jam. He's got 19.